only a tentative step, but how'd that feel?
Yeah, it was great. As you said, it was pretty much just an extension of a training session. We've been doing it for sort of the last 4 weeks or so, but there was a bit of a match simulation component to it at the end, so it was nice to get out there, and as well as the other boys that are sort of eyeing for a spot next week to get the first run out of the way and hopefully keep building from there.
Mindful you won't be rushed back, mate, but how many weeks off do you think you are, having regard to the amount of running that you need to do before you'll play an AFL game?
Yeah, it is one of those ones that's pretty hard to tell. I want to make sure that I'm getting as much confidence in the body as possible, and that's just a small stepping stone towards that. And hopefully next week build again, play a bit longer, and keep building from there. But the way AFL footy's played these days with the rotations and everything, you have to be at your peak fitness. So I'll make sure that I am until I hopefully put my hand up to play.
Hopefully, you hope you'll play in the VFL round one game?
Yeah, that's the plan. So I think we've got a pracky game against Box Hill next week, and there might be a limit on the amount of minutes I play there. But yeah, hopefully the plan at this stage is to get right for round one at Casey.
You're still conscious of the foot when you're out there playing, or after the summer you've had, you don't even really think about it?
Yeah, it's one of those, it's always just going to be a mental battle, but to be honest, like once the ball's involved now, I don't even think about it, and you just sort of play on instinct, and that instinct has taken a while to get back because it has been 2 years away from it. But as I sort of alluded to, every session I do I just get more and more confident with, and yeah, I guess today was just a bit of a show of that, and hopefully I can just keep building on it.
To make you excited, mate, by the fact that it's a VFL, essentially a twos practice game on a Friday morning, but you've got the likes of yourself, Lumumba, Petrarca, Brayshaw all running around. I know at different stages of their progress, but it's a positive sign for the club.
Definitely. I think the training session we had on Wednesday, I think it was, we had 41 blokes out there training, so that's the most probably for any AFL list at the moment, so it's a credit to the physio staff and the medical staff conditioning to have all the boys out there, but everyone sort of gets up and about from round one, so everyone's sort of putting their hand up and saying they're right to go. But it's great that we can sort of create this sort of match simulation for blokes like Gus, Petrarca, H as well, just to sort of help them to try and get back in the AFL team.
I know Christian's busting to get out there, you can pretty clearly tell. Is it a case of sort of holding back a little bit now? He's got to do a bit more VFL before he'll get a senior game?
There will be an element of that. I mean, look, we're not putting any sort of limits on him, and if he earns his spot, then he earns his spot. And I think today he certainly put his best foot forward, and he's going to take a while to get that match fitness as well as I am. But as soon as he shows that, and the medical staff give him the tick of approval, then I'm sure the coaches will be wanting to get him in there.
What do you think is the hardest thing about your comeback, Joe?
Yeah,
going forward into games, I suppose.
Yeah, I think probably just getting that confidence back, picking up the pace and speed of the game again, all the little things that you take for granted when you're sort of growing up playing footy that you don't think of much, but when you miss it for 2 years, you sort of lose sight of those things. So just getting that general match fitness back and being able to hit bodies, and I think that's the thing I've missed most out of this whole 2 years, is having no sort of body contact. You just want to tackle and bump someone, so I certainly enjoy that.
Wiedemann, I guess, from a media perspective, is flying below the radar, but I guess from an internal perspective, you must be pretty excited by him. He showed some glimpses there before.
He's a really exciting prospect. I think with any young guy, young key position player, they've sort of got to fill out a bit and mature within their body themselves, but he's certainly got the skill, and hopefully he's just another one that will build confidence in the early part of this year at Casey, and then be pushing for selection at senior level, and hopefully help out the likes of Jesse Hogan, Cam Pedersen, Frosty, and with Dawsey coming back as well, it's getting really competitive there.
Do you allow yourself to dream of that day you run back out on the MCG in Melbourne colours, or you just don't look that far ahead?
I go to bed thinking about that every night. It is one of those things that right from the outset of you get a long-term injury, one thing you can lose sight of is just being able to play again and believing in yourself, and I'm certainly starting to believe more and more with each session I tick off now, and the dream is certainly to get back out in the G, and it's a really exciting place to be around at the moment. The boys have showed a lot in the NAB Cup, and I just want to make sure that I can put myself out there and get back amongst the group to be a part of it, because I don't want to miss out.
You're well placed to comment, mate, on this, I guess, insofar as you're clearly one of the smarter, more mature players, I guess, in the competition. Are you worried anecdotally about the level of illicit drug use that seems to be happening?
Oh, it's a tough one. I can't really comment on that. I think it's one of those ones that's just in the general public, and footballers are no different from anyone else, and Look, each club has their own certain amount of issues and stuff, and that's just another one that I think as a whole community people need to continually educate themselves on.
If you saw a Melbourne player using drugs, what would you do?
It's not going to happen. Not at this club.